Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your post Valentine's Day love and romance reading. I really wanted to kind of see what's going on with everyone. How did everybody do with Valentine's Day? I know it's not a big deal, but come on. Ladies, ladies, I know you like it. So let's see what's going on for Sagittarius after post Valentine's Day love and romance for Sagittarius. Okay. We got the Ten of Wands. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Ace of Swords in the upright. And okay, the Seven of Swords in the upright. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'm feeling with these cards, Sagittarius, is there was a particular person, if you're single, there's a particular person that you had your sights on. I think you admired this person from afar. So if this was somebody that you work with, you've kind of like had your eye on them, you would say, you know, oh, you're just so good at that, and whatever, that kind of stuff. Compliments, you would give compliments. I think you had this like build up where you were really attracted to this person. You admired them at first. At first you admired them. Then there was this, and it doesn't have to be at work also. This could be somebody that's within your friend group as well, where the attraction, there was a buildup of the attraction. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to start with, or maybe it does, I don't know. Maybe you started off as like a physical attraction and you never really talked to this person. Then when you finally did, you were like, wow, I like this person. There's something about this person that is very attractive. That's why I think the Ten of Wands is here. The Ten of Wands is here because I feel like there's a very big buildup here, where you may have did these subtle kind of compliments or looks, like, you know, that kind. And I think at a certain point you felt that whatever kind of hints that you were kind of throwing out there to this person, and or and I'm fidgeting a lot. I'm sorry. I'm fidgeting a lot. And I think that might be part of the message here was fidgeting. Like, I don't know if you like, you know, like when you're like around them, you start to fidget a lot, or you start to like tug at your clothes or whatever. That may be so as well. I don't know if this person had made you nervous, but there's like a buildup. There's a buildup of an attraction. It started off as, you know, something very simple, like, you know, like, yeah, not bad. And then there was like a little bit of a buildup, even if you saw them at a coffee shop, okay? And maybe you frequent that coffee shop unknowingly, and then that person is always there. You end up having to say hi because you see them so often. But there was like a buildup where you ended up, you know, kind of admiring them from afar, which is why I think the Ten of Wands is here. Until to the point where with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, I kind of feel that you felt like you had thrown out enough hints to this person and there was no catch. They didn't take the bait, and you kind of felt like, well, I kind of threw out like, maybe this person is just not that into me, because if they were really into me, they would have got that. Like, I totally did like, oh, why don't you come meet me? And they did this kind of like, yeah, and then nothing happened. So you kind of felt like whatever, something that you may have kind of started as far as the build up and then the execution of like, okay, hey, can we like move this forward a little bit? There was a little bit of a bum trip there, but and I gotta tell you, the other fire signs, they all had like this kind of reaching this like thing, like reaching a kind of level of like, oh, I almost got this person, and then they fucking plateau, and then there's like this disappointment. There's some kind of like level of disappointment. But Holly, sorry, my dog's about to bark. We have clarity, victory. This is finally like that one conversation that you needed for that kind of validation that, okay, I put some time and effort. Like, this is kind of obvious that I kind of like you. Like, I don't know why you're not you're not saying anything about it. No, now there's that moment of truth of like, yeah, there is that art show. Did you hear about that? You can play dumb if you want, and then you're like, yeah, I totally did. I was kind of thinking of going. This is it right here. This is your like clarity, victory, invitation, conversation that really gets somewhere. And then this person with the Seven of Swords, I'm really feeling that this person kind of took a risk. Either they had their heart broken before and now they kind of took a risk by initiating this conversation after, I don't know if they thought about whatever conversation that you may have had with them before, and then they're like, oh fuck, why did I not say something? Or he or she, Sagittarius was totally inviting me, and why didn't I say something? So I think this person just either was not looking and didn't even realize that maybe you were really interested, and then there's this moment of truth, victory, clarity, the one conversation that I think that they will initiate purely out of taking a risk of having their heart broken. Which, damn, it could be an air sign. I really don't want to assign zodiac signs necessarily, but there's a lot of communication here that I think you may have given up on at a certain point, and then they come in charging. And really what I would tell you is that the backstory to them is that initiating a conversation and even doing an invitation to you is a risk for them. Let me just pull a couple more. Oh, wow, and I get two of Wands in reverse, with the Four of Swords in reverse. So really what I want to say about these two cards is that there is a decision, and whether you were crushing on this person really, really hard for a long time, not a long time, but it was for a while, and I'm sorry for the noise. Now that you've had this level of clarity, this conversation, and they really let you know, like, hey, I am totally into you, you can, and they may even say, hey, I'm totally into you. I was checking you out for a long time. I didn't know if I was really ready for, to go out with anyone. I had a breakup, blah, 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 blah. And then this moment of clarity, because they took a risk and a decision, I see this more as a decision, not like a misunderstanding. And maybe it is a little bit of a misunderstanding, because this person may say like, yo, fuck, I didn't get you the last time, but let me take you out. I'll buy you your lunch, since we always come here, during our lunch break or whatever, they'll treat you. And they really took a risk, man. They really took a risk with the Seven of Swords there. Once you kind of get that out of the way, and with that victory and clarity with the Ace of Swords, just kind of cutting through the bullshit, cutting through the pressure that you may have been feeling and holding it inside for this particular person, you can take a break. Maybe you can take a break together. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm done. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful February. Please like and subscribe. I would really, really appreciate it. And hope you have a wonderful February for the rest of the month. Love and romance. And keep it going.